A UC San Diego student abandoned in a DEA cell for days without food and water is calling for action. He received $4 million for the oversight. 10 News reporter Steve Fiorina is live outside the local DEA. And Steve, he wants to make sure this never happens to anyone else again.
No question about that. Daniel Chong had to be hospitalized for dehydration after he's released from that cell in the building right over here. He'd like to know which agents ignored his calls for help all the time, and if they have been reprimanded. It's a memory Daniel Chong would prefer to forget. Caught up in a drug and weapons bust while visiting a friend, the DEA placed him in a holding cell, telling him he'd be released, then forgot about him.
And 5 days later, the door was opened on a person who was delirious, naked or half naked, and close to, within hours of death.
Chong was severely dehydrated. The only liquid to drink was his own urine. 5 days without food or water, despite cries for help. Agents heard him, but ignored his pleas as someone else's problem. Chong's attorney wants to know there's been an accounting.
Somebody should have something put in their personnel files. Somebody should be held accountable in the sense that they at least have to take a couple of weeks on the beach.
The DEA apologized and settled with Chong for $4.1 million, but didn't name names. Quote, "This issue remains an ongoing internal disciplinary matter, and we cannot comment any further."
This summary is insufficient. The public has a compelling interest in understanding the full story.
I just refuse to believe that someone would do this on purpose.
Changes have been made. This includes routinely inspecting holding cells, assigning an agent or task force officer to the holding area, and maintaining an occupancy ledger for holding cells. As for the victim,
I live a pretty quiet life. I just have a small condo out by ETC, and haven't been going out much, just trying to finish up school so that I can get on with my life.
Now, the DEA may provide some answers, but we'll have to wait to find out just how much and when. Live in Kearney Mesa, Steve Fiorina, 10 News.